glad you guys could come. We're excited about this upcoming season. We have terrific young men on our team. These two guys, upperclassmen. Jordan is a senior. He graduated in 3 years. He's taken grad classes. Just one of the best point guards in the United States. Has an amazing career so far. He's going to be another captain. Chimezi Metu, one of our tri-captains, is sitting here. He'll graduate after this year as well in 3 years. And he's just an amazing student athlete at USC. Benny Boatwright, another junior, as our third captain. And he's just worked so hard, especially with the injury he had last year, to come back and have a terrific season and means so much to us. Elijah Stewart, our other senior with Jordan, these guys were our first recruits as a staff to come in, and they took the risk of coming here to really help build a program that they were going to be the focal point of. And Elijah Stewart has improved every season. Went to Westchester High School, played for a great coaching staff with Coaches Am and DeWitt and the guys over there. So what he's meant to this program is really special. The other upperclassmen, Shaquan Aaron is only his second year playing with us, but it's his senior year academically. He's been here 3 years. He sat out a year, and he had a really good year last year, and we expect big things from him. And then our last senior is Kirk Karras from Chicago. And even though he doesn't play a lot, he has meant a lot to this program. He shows up every day and is one of those guys that you can count on as a teammate. So we have just a really fun group to coach. The underclassmen are equally as important to our program. We have talented freshmen, the sophomore class, another transfer, Derek Thornton, that's ready to play. So we're excited. We're excited for all these guys. They've done it the right way, and they're really, really fun to coach. And so we walk in the gym. We just love being with them. So before we talk ask them any questions, did want to address the situation. I know the situation this week with Coach Bland has been difficult. It's been very challenging and emotional for all of us, our players, coaches, etc. Due to the situation, I'm not allowed to comment. I've been instructed not to comment due to the ongoing investigation, as much as I would like to answer some of your questions. But we're here really because of these guys. We're here for the basketball. We're here because they've improved so much, and they have a chance to be special this year. But it's going to be up to them. I've always given credit. Our whole staff has given credit to players because our players win games. They've been to 2 straight NCAA tournaments. They won 2 games in last year's NCAA tournament, and they keep improving. And that's what college basketball is all about. They're student athletes. They set the team GPA record the last three years. We set it. The team set it, and then they broke it twice themselves. And they're really great representatives of USC and USC basketball. So if you have any questions, we would love to answer them.
And have you had a chance to talk to Tony this week, and how is he holding up with all this going on?
I just can't comment on anything with that. I'm instructed, and I'm not trying to. I know you have a job to do, so I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I just can't say a word about it.
Emotionally.
Who instructed you not to comment on it? Is this a university thing, or did the feds ask you not to do that?
It's just I can't say a word about it. I'm sorry.
You talked about emotionally it being kind of a crazy week. Just kind of elaborate on that. Exhausted, and how glad are you that practice has come now on a Friday? You get to focus on basketball today.
Because you do baseball.
I know.
Too.
I was thinking Dodgers too.
Hockey and football.
Everything.
No, we're really excited to be in the gym. This is the first practice of a long season. We're going to have our ups and downs. But when you have a group of guys to coach like this that have been there before, that are so energetic, that are great teammates, so it's really everyone had a smile on their face today, and they played. We only went 2 hours for our first practice. Some thought we would go 3 or 4 for training camp, but they play so hard and they go up and down the court and they exert so much energy that after 2 hours, it's about all we need.
For you too, what is it like to begin practicing and getting back into it with your guys?
It's fun. We're a family, like Coach said. We come in here and work hard every day. We love coming to practice and love being around each other. It's fun. And so it's a fun time of the year. Basketball's back.
Jordan, do you feel like the program's tarnished this week?
Coach. The mic.
Not really. I mean, it affected us emotionally, about the situation. But we're focused on what's ahead of us. We had our first practice today in the books, and we just want to keep getting better
captains, what did you guys kind of say to the rest of the team about the situation you're dealing with?
Just, we know what we gotta do, it's just, we gotta worry about what's, about us, as a team. We're all family, so we all gotta stick together and, just ride it out, just worry about what we gotta do for this season.
Chimezi, in the report that the government had, it said a couple of players were involved. Is that putting any kind of stress on the team, wondering if the whole team's gonna be available to play this season?
Not at all. I think we're, like they both said, we're a family, and regardless of what's happening out there, we just have to come in every day and work towards our goal.
Chimezi, you made a painstaking decision to come back this year. Obviously, you have a lot of NBA potential, Jordan, now that you're a senior. The draft is on the table for both of you guys, but did this news, put a hamper on that decision to come back, or?
Not at all. I mean, I still have to go out there and play. I made the decision to come back, and we're gonna ride it out with my teammates. It's gonna be a fun year. So.
Andy, was everybody available for you guys today on the
Yes.
roster?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a very good practice.
You can't talk, obviously, about all that stuff, but are you feeling embarrassed about the image of the program across the nation this week?
I think when you look at the players we have on our,
I'm sorry.
yeah, I think when you look at the players we have on our roster, we're excited for this season. We're so proud of what they've accomplished and the terrific young men that they are. So that's what, when we think of our program, that's what we think of. And to do what they've done on and off the court here is really special.
Have you talked, when did you talk to the team about what happened to kind of get it out?
Well, we're a family, and what happens in the locker room, we talk about certain things, and everyone has emotions, and we keep things that happen within the family to ourselves, and we discuss them, and everyone's a human being, and they have emotions, and so some people handle them differently than others, but at the end of the day, we're here for each other, the staff, the family, the support staff, and throughout this university.
You guys speak of family. There's always an emotional toll when someone near you is arrested. How do you guys have dealt with that as a group?
Well, it's similar to just what I said. Everyone handles emotions a little differently, and when you have a family to be there for each other, it's easier to deal with certain things, and such as a situation like this. So I'm very proud of our players. We have great leadership, upperclassmen leadership, that have stepped up this week and really get the team focused on what we're supposed to be focused on, and that's starting this season that will hopefully be a very successful one for his last year and his junior year.
Jordan, you've had a longer relationship with Tony. He recruited you, obviously. Do you think that maybe you feel a little bit more than some of the other guys might because of the fact you've known him for quite a while?
Yeah, I think so. But like Coach said, we all have emotions. We handle it differently. But yeah, for me, it does a little bit more. But like I said, we're just focused about the season.
What kind of potential do you see from the freshman class you guys have?
Well, freshmen are very talented. Jordan Usher, Chuck O'Bannon, Victor Lumino. It's very long arms, athletic, skilled, and they play hard. And they're excited to be here. They're excited to be part of this team. And they know that every day in practice, they have to battle because we have so many talented upperclassmen. So it's fun to watch. They all three have improved dramatically just since the summer. And now Victor had an injury, but just in the three and a half weeks he's been healthy. So all three of them are a big part of our team, and we're excited to see what they can do this year.
What preparation is different with higher expectations this year?
We focus on the process, not the results. So we understand that nothing is given, nothing's taken for granted. We have to go out and improve every week, every month. We play in a great basketball league called the Pac-12 Conference, and some people say the Conference of Champions. But the competition that we play on a nightly basis in the league, and then our out-of-conference schedule where you have 5 or 6 top 25 teams. So we have a really tough schedule this year, and I think all of these players know that we haven't done this just because we're fairly successful last year and the year before. doesn't mean anything. They have to go prove themselves and keep getting better. So we're focused on the process versus looking into the future.
Andy, how are you going to split up Tony's responsibilities among the other coaches?
Currently, we have Martin Bahar, who has collegiate, he's been on a few different staffs as assistant coach. He's been with us for 2 years, so it's a seamless transition for him to be on the court with our players. They all know him and love him, and very knowledgeable. So we'll just take a deep breath now. Martin's excellent, and we'll go from there.
What do you hope to accomplish before your first game?
We have a lot of work to do from a X's and O's standpoint, execution. Defensively, we need to get better. We were good on offense last year, not great, and we were good on defense, not great. We were great some games, but we need to have more consistency on both ends of the floor this year. And we had no seniors last year, so Chimezi's put on probably 12 pounds of muscle, I think. You can tell by looking at him, but he has. Elijah Stewart, Benny Boatwright looks great. His body's much quicker laterally. He's off his injury. So we have to we know we have to improve on, but it's a process, and it's not going to happen overnight.
Jordan, you guys are in some of the top 10 polls for the preseason. To have this stuff come down this week, I mean, how hard is that when you know how special a year you guys could potentially have this year?
It's tough, but we still have the type of year that we want to have. It's just up to us. We just gotta keep focused with our program and just us going forward.
Coach, you talked about a lot of the competition in the Pac-12, but this roster is very deep, and I expect there's going to be some competition for minutes. Has anyone impressed you this offseason with their development?
They all have. Our players are dedicated. They're in the weight room. Curtis Schultz, our strength coach, is one of the best in the United States. He is excellent. He is a college basketball player himself. He has NFL experience, college experience, you name it, personal training experience, and he's done a great job with each individual player because everybody's different. They put on muscle mass, they're quicker, the bodies look great, they're in great shape right now to be able to run. So that's a big part of it, and so we're excited for all of it. The development, meaning I can't say one player or two players just jump out, because I think across the board, from a strength and conditioning part to a skill to even the freshmen learning, have all done a great job.
How do you coach the team differently now that it's one of the most experienced in the nation versus just last year when you had one of the least experienced?
Well, it's nice because when we call a set out or some kind of terminology, they all know what we're doing, and we don't have to sit there and explain and teach as much. So our practices and our workouts flow much quicker and more efficiently. So we still teach the freshmen, and we still do a lot of teaching, but just you don't have to stop as much. And it's nice to have experience because they coach themselves. As I said, these guys are the reason we were successful the last 2 years, and that's why if we have a successful year, they're going to be the reason as well. And so they coach themselves, and it's fun to watch.
Is your approach going to change at all in terms of how you're coaching or handling the team now?
Because what?
What happened this week?
Oh, I thought you meant because we had more experience.
No. Just because of, the elephant in the room, I guess.
Well, as Jordan stated, we're focused on getting better as a team, and we have our system, we know our strengths and weaknesses, and we know what we have to improve on, and it's the process we're going to be focused on. Chimezi has things to improve on, and so does Jordan, and so does everybody else. And if they keep working individually and as a team, I think we should have a great preseason and be ready to go by the time November 10th comes around.
Andy, have you retained private counsel in connection with this situation?
I just can't comment on any of that. I'm sorry.
You can't tell us if you have a lawyer?
I'm just not going to comment, yes. There'll probably be a time and place for that, the appropriate time and place, but I don't want to say anything at this point.
For Chimezi and Jordan, does this week change how you think of some of those values that you've learned at USC and as part of the USC basketball program?
What do you mean?
Obviously, you learn a lot here on the court and off. When you see one of your role models get implicated in a case like this, does that change your opinions of the people you look up to at all?
think so. He's a great guy to us. He's still a great guy, and I mean, yeah, doesn't really do much.
Is this kind of just like something you might hear about anyways? Because in college basketball, there's always so many stories about things going on that it wouldn't surprise you to hear it.
Honestly, I don't even know how to answer that. Being honest, but
Truthfully.
honestly, I don't know.
Andy, do you expect all players to be eligible this season?
As of now, we have everyone playing, and we expect them to be eligible, yes.
Okay, we're gonna take one more question.
Coach, I mean, the goal's always a national title, but how sure are you that you guys are going to get there this year?
Well, as I mentioned about the process, and we don't take anything for granted. It's a long season. We play a lot of great teams. Our league is outstanding, and we just have to. We have specific goals, and we'll develop more goals as we go through this preseason for our offense or defense. And the biggest plus we have is we have amazing team chemistry. They care for each other, so we think anything's possible as long as they play for each other. They worry about. They show up every day with smiles on their face, and they just enjoy the process.